Let me show you what is going on in our area right now, and that is that all of the warnings have been dropped for our area. They went from hurricane warnings to tropical storm warnings to no warnings now, which is really good news. There is still a flood watch in effect for Okeechobee County and the Treasure Coast until tomorrow evening, and there could be some excess rain around, although rain chances will begin to decrease tomorrow pretty quickly, so that's pretty good news. But let's take a look at what's going on Live Viper 5 Max. I want to show you this because you get a better idea of exactly where come on graphics, let's go, where the storm is. Here it is moving up just northeast. You can see the eye right here, just northeast of Daytona, headed up to Jacksonville, and the rain extends all the way up into Charleston, South Carolina right now, and actually that's where the storm is headed next. It's headed up to Charleston, South Carolina. Joe, do we still have time for weather here? Because I see the clock ticking down. So are we? Okay, I'll keep going then. Let's take a quick look at a little bit closer winds right now. And we've got a wind gust of 35 miles per hour in Vero Beach, 37 in Fort Pierce right now. So pretty close to tropical storm force winds. But we are looking at spaghetti models here to continuing to take this to the north, and as the farther north it goes, the less impact we're going to feel from this storm. But you can see the very good agreement. This is headed up toward Charleston, South Carolina, kind of skimming the banks of North Carolina, and then out to sea where the computer models completely start to disagree with each other, splitting in half. And you'll see that in the cone here as I get to Monday and Tuesday of next week. So here it is now, Category 3 storm, winds 120, moving north-northwest at 12. It heads up towards Savannah and Charleston tonight and tomorrow, and then that big turn over to the east and eventually down to the southeast. But some differences came up when we got the 11 a.m. update. Now this is the noon update, where you can see it goes to a Category 1 down to a tropical storm. And then as we continue with this track, it eventually weakens into a tropical depression in the official track. Now, there are a number of very reliable computer models that do not bring it back into South Florida, at least the most recent model runs. Now, granted, we are still in the 5-day cone, just the very edge right here, but there are a number that bring it down into the Bahamas and dissipate it. There are a number that take it off to the northeast or just out to sea without bothering us at all. So we're going to keep our eyes on it for you. We'll see what happens, especially toward the end of the weekend. We're going to have a much better idea of what this storm is going to do next. So here's a look at most recent wind gusts as of 12:30 here. 29-mile-per-hour wind gust in Okeechobee, 36-mile-per-hour wind gust in West Palm Beach. Just had a 35-mile-per-hour wind gust up in Vero. These are the highest wind gusts that we saw over the past 24 hours. We saw 74-mile-per-hour wind gust in Vero Beach. That's a hurricane-force wind gust there, and that was early this morning. 45-mile-per-hour wind gust in Jupiter, 58-mile-per-hour wind gust in Port St. Lucie. Those are some of the biggest wind gusts that we saw. Let's talk about our forecast as we head through the next few days. Matthew clearing out now. Still some rainfall possible through the afternoon and evening. Showers and a few thunderstorms whipping from west to east and southwest to northeast around that circulation of Matthew. As we get into tomorrow, rain chances begin to decrease, but it's going to be a hot and humid day across the area. So be ready for that. We could see the heat index around 95 to close to 100 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. Very low rain chances, if any, on Sunday, and a drop in humidity, so that's going to be comfortable. And then slowly moisture creeps back in and rain chances increase a bit toward the middle of next week.